I knew it was going to be playing on my thing here. Hello and welcome to Drag Race TV. Let me turn on my video. Hello everybody, welcome to Drag Race TV. Happy Easter from all of us at Drag Race TV, if you celebrate Easter. If not, it's just another reason to drink on a Sunday. Joining me today, I'm Lorayne Love. Joining me today are Ollie Drennan.
Hey.
And Jayla Roxx.
Hey, hey, happy Easter. Did you find anything in your Easter eggs today?
Things I can't discuss on live.
Same. So I might go to jail for it. So we're going to skip over that.
Thank you guys. This is our new home from Afterbuzz TV over here on Drag Race TV LA on YouTube. So if you happen to chat with people who used to be in the chat, who don't know that we're here, please tell them. We still have people finding us, which I think is wonderful, that are joining us and coming back to us. We love you guys. We did reach our 300 subscribers. Yay! I need a soundboard so I can play applause. And now, of course, now my obsession is 400. So it's never gonna end with me. It's never gonna be good enough. So we are going to be recapping the 13th episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13, Henny, Shrunk The Drag Queens. Let's just talk about did we like the episode? What are our overall thoughts? Let's start with Miss Jayla.
Okay. I overall thought this episode was thoroughly entertaining to the point where I watched it more than 2 times.
Wow.
Mainly because I fell asleep the first time. But the second time I sat through and I was like, because I didn't, not because I was bored, is because I was just tired. So I went back, I was like, oh, I have to watch this again because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I went through, and now that like there's nobody to hide behind, we kind of get to see, like I said, your brand. And so we carry that challenge over into this one. And to see them actually, put themselves out there and be vulnerable, that's what this whole challenge is about. And I think they all did a great job, and we'll talk about it.
Okay, Ollie, what did you think?
I like the episode. I feel like it was a very straightforward episode. I feel like we're kind of like not really, there's not a whole lot to unpack. I enjoyed it though. I think we needed one of these kinds of episodes, one that's pretty palatable, especially after last week, which had its moments of really like cringe worthiness, and it was really hard to kind of watch, and you wanted to look away. This week I didn't really want to look away. It was nice. It was a little predictable, but I think we needed an episode like this after what happened last week, because that was just a mess.
Yeah. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you guys. But I'm gonna just preface all of this by saying, and I was telling a friend of mine yesterday over lunch, I officially think this might be my least favorite season ever.
Oh, wow.
Really, I'm just not like, I don't know what it is. I'm not, to each their own, it's everything's subject to, it's like art, all subject to opinion. I'm kind of indifferent to who wins. I don't really like the challenge didn't seem that challenging to me. But that's that. I'm done whining.
Are you?
We're just getting started.
How dare you? Make sure you stick with us to the end. We'll have some fans of the week. I have quote of the week, some news and gossip. So make sure you stick around to the end, and make sure you follow us on DRTV LA, our initials, on all social media. Previously, last week on RuPaul's Drag Race, it was the 9th elimination of the season. The Maxi Challenge was the Nice Girls Roast, and the runway category was their roast outfit, which Candy Muse won, and Utica Queen sashayed away in a lip sync against Simone. So today's episode is with only 5 queens remaining. So there really wasn't a lot in the, like when they come back from the challenge and wipe off the mirror, and then the next day, you know, the only thing they talked about was how there's fewer people at the table. So what I thought we could do is I will run down a list of names of the eliminated queens just to kind of reminisce of who's was on the season, and just quick little thoughts of whether we miss them, whether we don't miss them. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. It was interesting to see who I could remember without having to look at the promo photo, but we'll talk about that. So first gone was Kimora Hall. Anyone missing Kimora?
Oh, I can't find her. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Okay, well, first off, let me say this. This is a really big disclaimer because we've been doing this for God knows how long. We have to give, this show is just for fun and pure entertainment. We give all the girls their love and support for actually going out there and putting themselves out on TV. Like, everybody on the show did a great job, whether they win, lose, or indifferent, all-stars or not, they all did a great job. So we're just here just to have our little kiki corner. We're not dragging any of the queens. We're not throwing anybody down. Everybody did a great job, but based off what we've seen, we're gonna give off our opinion just like you guys do at home.
Yeah.
So back to say Kimora Hall, we don't miss her. We don't miss her.
I second that. It's so funny because even going back, I think when I rewatch seasons 2, there's people that like, I'll go, oh shit, I even forgot about them. So, and I don't know if it's because the show didn't play them up enough, or they, you know, they generally are just forgettable. I don't know. I mean, that's a horrible thing to say, but I don't miss her that much.
I say, like, I will say that, you know, how the queens are posting a lot of their looks that they spent thousands of dollars on for the season. I will say that I really enjoyed her looks, like on Instagram and Twitter. I love seeing her looks. So I miss her looks, and I'm sad she didn't get to show them like on the grandest stage of them all.
So but, she is actively posting her looks aside the challenges and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing. Is like, I think her runways probably would have been cool, but again, it just goes to show you, and this is what I always say, it shouldn't be based. I don't think it should be as, the runway should not be as critical. Unless the challenge is a runway challenge where you got to make something, or it's, you know, that is the challenge, you know what I mean? Then I think it can be, you know, whatever, but yeah. Joey J was second gone.
That's one of mine that I really wish that would have stayed a little bit longer. I understand the whole not wearing a wig thing. You got to go. I've already said that earlier this season. You got to go. But if Joey J was able to not put this is how I do it. You know what I mean? Because you're not on Joey J's Drag Race. You're on RuPaul's Drag Race. So you're going to kind of have to play that fiddle and play that game. Just because you also, like, even like the girls like Denali, we'll get to, she learned over time. She realized, my black ass brows ain't working no more. Let me put some brown brows on. I see this girl putting on glitter. Let me put glitter on. Like, she's learning from the other girls. But Joey J was, I'm not wearing a wig. All right, I'll see you at the reunion. At this point, you know. So if you're very restrained like that, you won't last long in this competition. But we do miss her.
Yeah, Ollie, anything on Joey?
I feel bad because she's the only one who didn't have a storyline, like nothing. She was literally, I think I said this before, she was Candy's crush. That's it. That's all she got. But I think she brought it on herself, kind of like what Jayla was saying. There was like this self-fulfilling prophecy of like, filler queen. She literally, that was her entrance line. So second to go, but she's super cute. Like, I can't help it. I thirst after her on the social media.
Stop following white gays with muscles for no reason. Period. For no reason.
I think, real quick too, thank you to everybody who's in the live chat. I see C. Williams is finally joining us live. Thank you for being here. And yes, I do think I dislike it more than season 7, which was before my least favorite season. So I don't know, like season 7, at least I feel like there were at least more like unique queens who kind of stood out, like who are still performing today that I'm still interested in. Like, I feel like so many of these queens, I'm just like going to be like, Lala, we're going to get to two. Lala and Tamisha are probably the only two that I will run to go see. Like, I want to see them live, you know? Speaking of Tamisha Iman, I think we can all say we miss her wholeheartedly.
Miss Tamisha.
Yeah.
I'm bummed because I don't think she's going to get Miss Congeniality now. Like, I think she's the one who deserves it most.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, it sucks that she's not going to get that because I feel like we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I definitely miss her. I feel like she was definitely did wrong in this season.
Yeah. And another one I think is Lala Ree, who I miss tremendously. I think
I miss her confessionals. I don't miss her drag.
Okay. I mean, she's gonna go down for that bag dress, you know, iconically. But again, like, I sound like a broken record. I know it, but I would watch her in that bag dress performing any day over Kimora Hall in a Bob Mackie gown. Like, I'm just sorry. That's just what I enjoy. I personally enjoy that kind of performance. You had mentioned Denali is gone as well. Any thoughts on Denali being gone? Did you think she would make it further? No.
No. She left when she needed to. We know her name. I think that's what she came to on the show for. Like, just please know me. Please just know me. So we know you, girl. We love you. Well, some people love you. You've grown. We'll see you in like 3 years. You'll pop back up and we're gonna go, oh my God, Denali, wow, you know. I've been seeing the YouTube videos that she's been posting, like, you know, the music videos and stuff like that. Love the production value. I think that's what she needs to do. More production value, more of the, you know, the gagorama, maybe not competition based.
Right. Ali, on Denali? Anything you want to add?
I don't really miss her just because, like, I know we'll see her. She's the perfect edit for, like, All Stars.
Yeah. Elliot with 2 T's is gone. I will say this. I saw Elliot in Long Beach. She was at the show. I actually really enjoyed her live performance. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought she performed better live than I thought she did on the show. I know nerves and everything probably gets to them, but I enjoyed her. I thought she did a good job live. I don't know that I necessarily miss her on the show, but you guys?
I don't miss her on the show, but I want to see what she does in the future.
Yeah, me too. Utica Queen.
After the rose, I kind of was like, ooh, like everybody else. But I do wish that like she would have stayed to the finals. Had the rose would have not been her final days.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we totally missed Tina Burner. We skipped Tina Burner.
I'm not done yet. Oh, I wasn't really going in. I kind of jumped around. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Because the first order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of in the same boat as Jayla. I like miss her quirkiness, but it was definitely kind of hard to see how she started acting and just not really room for changing her comedy in the roast.
Yeah.
And it sucks because she's definitely someone that like she was like my preseason pick to be like top 4. I was rooting for her. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? So I definitely feel like Tyra in the moment of just like last week. So I was just like, just put her out of her misery, send her home.
Yeah.
But at least she gave us that iconic Rue moment of like flipping off. I love that moment. I love that moment.
Yeah. I think, you know, and I do think that she got, I mean, I think they did talk about it maybe a little bit towards the end, but I think she really got a bad rap on the runways because I think some of her runways were some of the best ever. And I don't think that they really gave her as much credit for some of the stuff that she did.
Oh yeah. I still think she should have won the ball challenge.
Yeah, I agree. And then Tina Burner, and it's funny because I was trying to do them by memory, and Tina Burner, I could not, I forgot about her. I had to go look at the season 13 picture to see who I was forgetting, and Tina Burner was the one I forgot. I do not miss Tina Burner in the least. My opinion.
I thoroughly like Tina Burner.
Ali?
I guess I'm the only damn one. So
I will say it'd be interesting to see what she would have done on the roast, but I mean,
she posted a video.
I think she posted her roast, yeah.
Okay.
She posted a roast. I don't know that it was good, but in my heart of hearts, I don't believe that she wrote that at Drag Race. I think this was something she's been working on that she could post when this episode aired. So to have that much more time to work it and tweak it isn't really as fair, in my opinion. It was good, but it was, I don't believe for a second that she was like, oh, this is what I had written. I'm just pulled this out and I'm gonna do it for you. I think she's a lot more strategic than that. So that's everybody. I just thought that would be a fun thing to kind of go down.
Rest in peace, our fallen queens.
Yeah.
Well, not rest in peace, but you know. We'll see at the finish line.
Yes. And now we're down to the final 5. So today, there was no mini challenge. The maxi challenge, the queens are starring in a new sci-fi adventure, Henny, I Shrunk The Drag Queens, a special effect extravaganza taking place in the Drag Race set. So I have the list of who was in it. So they had to cast it themselves. And I can go through. Do you guys need me to remind you who played who?
Just for the listeners and the viewers.
So Olivia played Ginger Ale. Rose played, and Ginger Ale was the dumb one. Rose played Brandy, the sarcastic one. Gottmik played Chardonnay, who was the whiny one. Candy played Dominique, who was the mean one. And then Simone played Margarita, who was the smart one, smart and sexy one. Now, I think we should talk about they had to cast it themselves. And Simone backed down and let Candy have Dominique, and Simone took Margarita. I will say this, and this, this is getting a little bit into the challenge itself as well. We can talk about it more later. I personally felt they all played themselves, other than Rose, in my opinion. I felt like it was like Olivia in the workroom, Simone in the workroom. Like Rosé's the only one who I felt like I got something different from. Do you think Simone should have backed down?
I think that's something naturally Simone does.
Okay.
Being in the House of Avalon and being like a part of a brand in a group, you don't really have to like take the initiative, especially when you have Gigi Good in the front. And at this point, I'm just pretty accessory. I'm a part of House of Avalon. I don't need to take initiative. So that's why most of the looks were always inspired of or done from something else, because there's never been any initiative taken. You know what I mean? It's not like I want to do this because I'm Simone and I know this is on brand for me, X, Y, and Z. It's more like, you think I can do good for this role? Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And which is not a bad thing, but it goes to show you like, we don't have a brand. We're not like really self-aware. Right. So that comes with time, and that comes with like, experience in the field. So not just being a pretty face in a group, you know what I mean? Like take me, I'm not Nicole Scherzinger. I've always been the Pussycat Doll. So for me, I know I'm not going to say, well, maybe we should change the lyrics for this song. I'm just going to say ooh and ah. And if you're comfortable with oohs and ahs, then if it's not broken, don't fix it, So that's where I feel like where Simone was when it came to accepting the role. So I wouldn't say back down. I would just say just conforming for what was great for the group.
Yeah. Ollie, what do you think? Should Simone have backed down?
Well, I wasn't really that disappointed with Simone. I was more so disappointed with Olivia, because Olivia's playing, like you kind of mentioned already, everyone was playing themselves minus Rose. So Olivia, I feel like this was Olivia's chance to really play the villain. Like I'm sick of this nice girl thing. If it was more genuine, and I think Olivia's, it's funny I say this, but Olivia's definitely grown on me. I'm like, oh, I really enjoy seeing her confessionals and whatnot. But also at the same time, like I kind of get tired of like this overly forced nice girl image that she's presenting and portraying all the time. It just doesn't seem like, where's the human? Where's the real Olivia? Like I don't know. It's hard to see that. I don't know. But I was really hoping like, oh, maybe she could be the villain. Maybe Candy could do like the dumb ginger ale character. Because then Candy was herself too, as well, as you mentioned. So I was like, this was just the only one was Rose. So I enjoyed the challenge. Like I love me some Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Shrunk the Parents. Like I grew up on that stuff. But yeah, I was disappointed more so with Olivia.
C. Williams in the chat agrees with you. I was also surprised, there was conversation and they talked about this. I just saw a clip of it of Trixie and Gigi Good did the extra lap read thing. And they did talk about it this season is that, when it does get to the end of the season, the queens are starting to run out of drag. Now we know that they've given people costumes before. I thought for this in particular that they should have given them costumes because you're already seeing them in the workroom, which is where we always see these people anyway, like the real actual humans, So if you're putting them in their own costumes in the same space, I think that's what makes it hard for us to not just see them as themselves. Plus, they were all playing roles that are very similar to who they are. So I was just surprised. Couldn't Simone have just had on some glasses and like a lab coat? You know what I mean? Like just simple stuff. I don't know. I didn't even think that they needed to have full-on costumes, but at least give them something, to play up those character types. What did you guys think?
I just don't think that costumes mattered in this challenge. It's like picking and choosing. They mattered in the disco one. But in this one, it was just performance-based, solely performance-based. Yeah. So they all looked out of character, honestly, except maybe Candy. She looked pretty like of the antagonist role.
Yeah. They also got a video message and acting advice from Scarlett Johansson, which was nice. We had kind of said this before. I have a feeling even in future seasons when they're able to bring them onto set, I think we'll get more video messages from people like to help, which I think is great. I'm all for like actually genuinely trying to help them do well because, again, I think one of the things we get frustrated with where we sound like we're complaining and, making all these comments about everybody, we just really want a good show. Like we want a really good musical. We want a really good Henny, I Shrunk the Drag Queens, that we can go back and rewatch hundreds of times over and have it be this iconic thing. So I thought it was great. And Colin Jost, I don't know if it's her husband or boyfriend, but he made an appearance too and made a fun little joke about it.
He's so hot.
He is. So yeah, that was, and then let's see. Yeah. And then the other thing, which we've already talked about, is, Candy and Gottmik in their confessionals made comments about how Olivia's doing what she always does. And again, I would argue that Gottmik and Candy also were doing exactly what they do. So that was pretty much it, like leading up to the challenge. And then there was the challenge itself. You guys already said you really enjoyed it. Like Jayla, you watched it.
I would definitely put this up there with, what was the other one? When they did it was All Stars 2. It was Katya and Detox, and they were the sisters, the zombie sisters.
I think I play off of Thelma and Louise.
Yes, so that challenge goes up there with that one of my favorites. So I think Henny I Shrunk the Drag Queens is one of like very well written out. It was very well done. Like you said, the only thing that was missing is how we would have got a switch up of characters.
Yeah.
But I think it worked out well. Everybody knew what they knew their part in the entire production, and they played it. So it worked.
Ollie, you liked it too.
I think my favorite part was like more so Michelle. Like I loved Michelle's little cameo in it. That was my favorite part. I laughed out loud, and that never happens. I also like, we'll talk about the performances, but I really, really loved Rose in this.
Yeah.
And I love the little nuggets of Easter eggs. We had the Dela, India Farah's breastplate. Like I love those little, like Jayla said, I love that they added those little tidbits in there that hardcore diehard fans like us like could kind of get.
Yeah,
so
we pick up and laugh.
I totally get it. Yeah. And we can talk about all the performances too. I actually, like, when I watched it back the second time, I really did. Those were the things that I appreciated. I thought, okay, this was kind of really well crafted. How, you know, that throwing shade, that because Ru always says that drag is your superpower. Like, I was like, okay, that is kind of clever that they did it. So I appreciated the story and the thought that the show put in. I wanted more personally from the queens. I definitely think Rose was hands down the best. Hands down. And I think she had some really fun. Yeah. Anybody else stand out for you guys? Did you think Simone was as good as they said she was?
Well, okay. Well, let me say this. Michelle called out, she called out Olivia for saying like, oh, you did the same character over and over again.
Yeah.
But Olivia called out Simone for using the factory voice or whatever. And she didn't get the same criticism. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the judging is inconsistent on that part, but they just needed somebody to pull out of the competition for that sake. But Simone did the same thing. I know that like I said, I'm a diehard fan of her, but I'm gonna call it when it's called, when it needs to be called. You know what I mean? Like, there's no bias when it comes to it, or at least it shouldn't be. But I think Candy Muse did well.
Yeah. Ollie?
Standout, I think Candy Muse did well.
Right.
I don't really have any other thoughts. I just thought Rose was the best. No one did bad. I think it's just like one of those things.
Yeah, no one did bad.
No one was like, oh my God, Kimora Hall, like level of the tree. Like there were no trees up in here, but it's hard to really like pick. They literally have to pick and choose at this point, and they're like, we can't have Simone again in the bottom. We gotta get Olivia out of here. You know, that's how I perceive it. You know.
Well, guess what, Ollie? I was rooting for you.
Yeah.
No.
C. Williams in the chat did mention that the characters would seem familiar when she, assigned it to them, and then no one picked up on that clue, not to choose the character that was similar to themselves. So he is right. She did say that. And Ramona agrees Candy was great. Using the cat paw was
that's shade, honey.
Yeah, that does kind of seem kind of
that's a little shady, honey.
We'll give that was for Ramona. There's your going on. And Chucky Chuck is being awfully quiet in the chat room. I don't know if he's not in there or if he's just doesn't have anything to say to us today. All right, so then the runway was Hot Pocket, which just seems like such an odd runway. Grasping at straws at this point. Guest judge was Cynthia Erivo.
Mm-hmm.
And Michelle and Carson were there.
Wait, hang on. We got to do that. We got to do that right because we love Cynthia Erivo. We got to give her all her props.
Yeah.
Broadway star,
and
Aretha Franklin, Harriet Tubman, Tony nominated Cynthia Erivo, okay? The color purple Cynthia Erivo. So we got to give her flowers, okay?
Yeah. And so, and she was so funny. I'll say this now. There was a part during the the lip sync for your life when it cuts to her and she is like so into it. Like she's
Yeah.
flying on the dance. I lost it. That was like one of the best parts of the episode for me. I was like, yes, girl, yes.
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 So she was into it. And I love that she was like, you know, feeling is I feel like that's how I do with the queens. When I really love a song, I'm like in the show with them. I'm like egging them on, and you know, I'm like a part of the show. And I think that's what the judges need to be, is a part of the show, you know.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's just go down the runway. Everybody's look. Simone, I loved how she described it, Simone in a pocket. Fantastic. I mean, come on.
Absolutely enjoyed it. Simone is being very, like, her fashion is fun. She has very good fashion. Her fashion is very fun. Her fashion is very cultural and relative, and you know, and modern and pop and all those things. So, you know, she definitely didn't miss the mark when it comes to fashion. So I'm so glad that happened. Loved it.
Ollie?
Yeah, the wig. I think the wig was the best part because that just brought me back and so many other people to their scene emo days of like going to Hot Topic and listening to Simone loves Paramore. I think she mentioned that. Panic at the Disco. So I think a lot of people like love the wig and how she just like is so effortlessly selling the look as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely, was it my favorite this week?
Could be.
Maybe my second favorite this week.
Okay.
From Simone.
Olivia, she was in the silver like cocktail dress that had little kind of built-in pockets and stoned. It was pretty. I didn't think it was like drop dead. You know, again, it served its purpose. I don't know that those are really pockets. My one thought was like, it was like she was running out of time and was like, okay, I'm just going to use this dress and put my hand in this area here to make it look like they're pockets. Like, that's what I got out of that. It was pretty. I don't think it was ugly. I just think it didn't really seem pocket to me. Anyway.
Yeah. It's hard because when you're up against someone like Simone, it's like, it's not a bad look, like you said, but I think I just loved her face, her makeup this week. I loved the wig she was wearing. It was very like Storm, giving me a little Storm, teenage Storm a little bit. But yeah, it's hard to kind of like have that, like, it was like a bow, wasn't it? Like a bow instead of an actual like pockets.
Yeah.
That's what at least that's what it looked to me.
But it just didn't give me pockets.
Yeah, she looked beautiful though.
On the other hand, Rosé definitely gave us lots of pockets. I love that. The only thing about hers I would have done is I wanted her to have like a little black bow on that little ponytail that was sticking out. I just felt like it needed something black right on the top of her head. Other than that, I loved it. I just thought it was, I mean, it's so Lorayne. I would wear that every night of the week.
I'm literally over here Googling what she wore because I don't remember.
It was the black and white mod look. It had the little jacket.
Oh, you know what? The 60s look. Okay.
Yeah.
Meh. Forgettable. Forgettable. The fact that I had to Google it is like, ooh. And I have very good memory, but
shade.
I feel like it's something that Jan would have wore.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I feel like it's something Jan. I forgot that her and Jan are friends. Duh. Okay, so there we go. It's something Jan would have worn.
Yeah, Ollie, what did you think? You'll be the tiebreaker.
I think funny because I think this was probably like middle of the pack for me. It was a nice look, but it just reminded you said Jan. It reminded me of Trixie. It's not shade, but like I don't know. I feel like it didn't even look like Rosé, but maybe that's a good thing. You kind of want to be versatile, but yeah. I think that's where it fell flat. There's something that didn't read Rosé to me a little bit, but it was a nice, fun look, middle of the pack for me.
Totally. Sorry, my Chihuahua here's a neighborhood dog. Candy's look, I can't even. Any comments on Candy's look?
Okay, fight me if you want, bitch. I'm ready. I loved Candy's look. When she came out, I was like, Yes, honey, you are giving Chromatica. I want to speak to the manager. I absolutely loved it. It was kawaii, honey. It was anime. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Oh, Harajuku. Didn't she mention that? Harajuku kind of like
Yes,
vibe?
it was very that.
I wasn't a fan of it like Jayla, but I like that Candy kind of took like I saw on Instagram, she posted like a photo of her like holding it, like she was like naked or something and she was holding it, kind of like playing like the fact like she knows it kind of was like not the strongest look. So I like that she has a sense of humor in that aspect. But yeah, probably.
Well, Candy Muse, if you're watching this, we have our differences this whole season, but girl, I love this outfit. Like, it is something that I want to wear? Absolutely not. But it's something that she can wear. Yeah, like if Marco or Terry Mugler or somebody would have put that out on the runway, y'all would have ate it up. You know what I mean? The fact that it's her, y'all kind of be like, oh no, I don't like that. It's terrible. But like, y'all gonna try to put this up with Lala Ree's bag outfit? Go to hell, respectfully.
I just, honestly, like it looked sloppy to me. Like, I feel like if Marco or somebody else did it, it would look polished and put together. It just looks sloppy. And again, another throw on and go wig. I just can't. Like, that's just like, again, I know I said at the beginning of this that we shouldn't be judged, like it shouldn't be as, and I don't know that I'm not saying that she should have gone home because of the outfit. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, it just wasn't, I don't know.
I think it would have looked better if it was like shorter because it gave me like pencil skirt vibes, like if it was a little bit shorter, because then it just didn't give her a good shape.
It just had too much going on too. Like up here, like I kept even getting up and like trying to look at it on the TV. And I was like, what is all this up here? I don't know. I mean, we're all gonna agree to disagree. Let's see.
Well, I liked it. So all the people saying boo in the comments, I know where y'all stay. I see you.
Well, Frankie says like scrap sewn together, and I kind of agree with Frankie. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just take this loose.
And then last but not least, got Mick in her trench coat with watches look, which I'm guessing is probably Ollie's favorite of the night.
I loved it. I even love that she mentioned Hercules with the sundials, the guy selling the sundials, but obviously she didn't do that. She did it. She took a reference, but I love it when a queen takes a reference but puts their own spin on it. And I thought she looked fabulous. Yeah. I loved her. I love the wig. I loved it was just a huge display. Like, and it's hard. It's like, Olivia gave us that, and then Gottmik gave us this. And so, it's hard to kind of live up to that when you have like such an amazing look like Gottmik. So my favorite of the week for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Gottmik's outfit, what did RuPaul say? Cheese and crackers. I absolutely enjoyed her down the runway. Another person who did this look, or something similar to it, was Cardi B when she did the Money single cover, and it was like golden watches or whatever, like all the way down. It was sickening. So I love when people take like accessories and they make it a whole thing. You know what I mean? Like the cork dress, the me dress, the watch dress. It all goes down in history. Gottmik, that you showed your ass on this one. So this is the perfect time to pull this dress out. Like, you know what? I deserve to be in the finals. Fuck everything else I did. Gagatranja, I'm here. So the house down boots, mama. Oh, so it was very.
Totally.
Loved it.
So then Ru asked the question, who should go home and why? And basically everybody said Olivia, except for Olivia, who did say Candy, although she did do a very dramatic pause, leading us to believe that she may not say anybody, or she wasn't going to say herself, blah, blah, blah. Do you think, who would have you guys have said?
I would have said Olivia.
Ollie?
Based off of what she said. Because she was like, I'm here. I just want to learn. I'm trying to grow while I'm here. No, bitch, we're not here to be grown. I'm already grown. It's either you get with us and you be that, or you get plucked. Period. You know what I mean? So I had the same instance on the show that I competed on, and the person was saying, oh, I don't have a chance with being in the final four. I'm like, then why are you here? Bye. I picked you. Like, I'm doing me a favor. If you feel like you're trying to learn while you're here, go to school, love. This is not what this is here for. You are in a competition. You know what I mean? So I'm like, absolutely not. You know, and it was an easy choice. If somebody said that I'm still got a lot of learning to do, well, guess what? You can learn outside of Burbank Studios. How about that?
Absolutely. And that's when Jayla packed that person's bags and helped them leave the competition.
No, actually, I got eliminated because they picked me.
No, shady. I mean, I would say Olivia as well, just because I think she started off strong. But yet she kind of peaked at the last challenge she won, I think. And so, and also we had this issue with her, at least in this show that we were hosting, that we don't really know her like full on brand yet, or as maybe at the time of filming last year, she didn't really know. At least it's hard to like. Yeah, it's hard, and it's really hard. She's super young. And that's why I have the
benefit of the doubt, because it's like it was like what, a year and a half ago, so almost, and it's like well, I mean, you know, I was nervous then. Now I'm like, because I always say, if I knew then what I knew now, I would have done. Right. You know, but like, so I get that. So I'm pretty sure they're all kicking themselves in the asses, winner or loser. They're all kicking themselves in the asses.
And at this point in the competition, if you're not like succeeding, if you're not excelling and you're only going down, Candy won a challenge last week, you know? So I would definitely say Olivia.
Yeah, I probably would have too. I know, as much as I'm not a fan of Candy, I probably would have said the same.
Sorry, Olivia. we still support you, Olivia.
Yeah, for sure. So Simone got Mick and Rose ended up in the top. And then it was Candy and Olivia in the bottom. They lip sank to Strong Enough by Cher. And Candy got to Shantae and Stay. And Olivia had to sashay away. Based on the performance, do you think that the right person went home?
Oh, no, ma'am.
You thought?
No, ma'am. Based off the performance, the only thing that saved Miss Kitty Cat, what's her name? Candy Muse, was her little pocket glitter and her little bucking. But Olivia knew the words. Olivia gave the embodiment of what the song meant, like lyrically wise. Candy Muse was just going to the disco beat and doing the disco musical all over again.
Right.
And I don't think she really knew I don't know. I don't think she really knew the words, but she overshadowed Olivia because Olivia wasn't doing as much. So when you're doing a performance and you have dancers and all the dancers are giving half-ass, but you give that one dancer that's going full out, they're not going to look at the half-ass dancers. They're going to look at the full out one and go, she's doing too much. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what happened. Sis was doing too much, quote unquote, compared to what Olivia was giving. So that was the only reason I should say, because she was giving her lip sync for her life, but Olivia was lip syncing the embodiment of the song. So that's where we have our, the questionable. I really thought she was going to send them both.
Oh, really?
To move on,
another double save.
It's a friendly season. You're all going to the finale. Go, but
I can't handle one. I can't handle another one yet. I think we're gonna get another one predictions wise, but yeah, it was predictable. I knew who was staying, who was gonna go home. I felt like they were both evenly matched. For the most part, no one was super, super stronger than the other. But I like that you brought that up, Jayla. Olivia it's important. You're embodying the song. I don't think I was here for the when Utica and Tina lip sync. I thought Tina killed it, But I also thought Utica killed it because I think she was kind of doing her own like quirky embodiment of a song, whereas like Tina was like doing like it was a perfect example of two very like great ways to do a lip sync. I don't know, but
Right.
I digress.
Yeah. Well, that was it. 4 queens remain. Got Mick, Candy Muse, Simone, and Rose.
Yes. Who's left on our winner chart?
So that's so funny because I'm gonna I want to read those tonight because it was really interesting when I went back to look at that. I'll get to that in a second. So next week the top 4 will be singing and dancing. Be a singing and dancing challenge to RuPaul's new song "Lucky."
Now, question.
Yeah.
Are we picking a winner next week?
I'm guessing.
I saw that it was the finale, but it's a very question mark because the show never ends. So are we going to put finale question mark?
There's not going to be a winner next week. I think next week is going to be a performance, and then you're going to get, are you team Candy? Are you team Rose? Are you? Because we haven't seen that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, where was that?
Yeah, they didn't do that yet. So I think that's next week because there is going to be a reunion. With the final 4, so or not a reunion, a finale with the final 4 at a establishment. So yeah.
Okay.
So, next week, no. Just some of our segments now. The mirror moments. There was a lot of talk. Simone talked about how she was being perceived by the House of Avalon. Rose actually said something too that we talk about a lot, is the queens are very aware of the fans and how ruthless they can be. And I think a lot of the problem with the show now is that everybody walks on eggshells. Everyone's afraid to say what they want to say because they don't want to get home, have the show air, and people come after them. So they
mamas and their cousins and they're throwing acid in their face. So I don't blame them.
Yeah. And I get that. I completely understand it. I've never been in that predicament, so I don't know what I would do, but it was definitely, at least they talked about it, which I think is important. Any thoughts on any of that from you guys?
About Rose?
Just about that whole thing with the fan, just like her at least, commenting that she felt like she was holding back and stuff, and now she's not.
Yeah,
baby, they still gonna do it regardless.
Right.
If it's you or if it's the next bitch, they still gonna do it regardless. So come up there and do your best you, and show up like your best us. Like for us, for example, we show up every week and we give our opinions, knowing that the toxic Drag Race fans are going to always disagree with us. They're gonna always say we were wrong. They're gonna always try to say, well, you were mean-spirited or you X, Y, and Z. But the fact that we say, you know what, I'm still going to show up every day and do what the hell I need to do for the sake of this pure entertainment, that takes tenacity, that takes charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. So the top 4, they all deserve to be there. They all deserve to be in this entire process, and all the queens that came before them. You know what I mean? So it comes from within. So not fuck the fans, but fuck the fans. You got to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yes, Jayla, preach. Fuck those toxic fans.
Yeah. Which I've had my fair share. So, which is why.
We know.
Yeah.
No.
We kind of talked about this earlier, or at least you guys kind of touched on it. And they talked about it in the Untucked, is Olivia, when she was talking about having to lip sync for her life and stuff, she just didn't have that passion that Candy did when Candy talked about it. She's like, look, girl, I'm going to be in the bottom. I'm going to lip sync. I'm going to beat you. I'm sorry. I want to be here. I've come too far. Da, da. And then Olivia was just very like, well, I mean, I want, and you could see the girls were even got Mick was like, girl, I don't see that. I don't see it in you. Like, you're just not. And again, and I say this all the time, why are you there if you don't want to win? Like, that's why those are the people that I gravitate toward. The queens that are like, they're just going full out. They're doing everything that they can, you know, they're not worrying about what people are going to think and going to say. Like, it's just, you know, how it is. I don't know. And then Olivia also got a message from her mother and grandmother, which I thought was another nice moment, because her grandmother, I guess, made a comment that she could never be accepting of her drag. So she's hoping that now she will be. So they were sweet. They were cute. They remind me just of Olivia.
And I love the whole dramatic moment of Candy, like almost dying, and only for her to go outside, get her blood pressure, and come back in.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it, because if I would have said it, everyone's like, oh, Mark's just bitter. He hates Candy, blah, blah. Whatever.
No, it was, I was paying close attention. I was like, okay, is she going to pass out? Is she going to do this? They gave her a blood pressure little thing. You get a little free one at Walmart. You stick your arm in there, press the button. They give you a little, your rate over rate. You pull it out.
Yeah.
All right, you good. Just breathe, girl. Go back inside and go lip sync for your life. You're still in the bottom now.
Yeah. it seemed. I mean, she did have high blood pressure. She did have a racing heart and stuff, which I think is normal. Like, I feel like, well, wouldn't you if you were?
Wait, it's normal for her?
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm saying get that in there. I'm just saying,
stepping off
on a competition show. I feel like if you went on Top Chef and checked the heart rate and blood pressure of the contestants right before an elimination challenge, I think they would all have that happen to them. Not downplaying it. I'm glad that she's well, but. And then Cynthia, the guest judge, Cynthia Erivo, she actually came and visited the workroom, which also I thought was a really nice touch. And that was it. That was the episode. Yay, we made it through. Wow, we did that fast. We're not even at an hour yet. Wow, we're good. All right, so let me just I'm going to give you my quote of the week. Quote of the week is from RuPaul herself, when she said, I smell an Oscar, Meyer Wiener.
Now listen, I've had a couple of Oscar Myers and Meaner Wieners in my day.
Me too.
It does the body good.
And then fans of the week, I grabbed from YouTube from some comments from last week's recap on YouTube. Mr. Music Man 21 said, I didn't know you guys were back. I missed your faces and Mark Shade. Thank you, Mr. Music Man 21. Also, and I'm so glad C. Williams is in the chat room, because he's also a fan of the week. He wrote, Mark's a little long-winded. And the only thing I would say to that, C. Williams, is I would take out the word little and say very.
Yeah, she has a deep throat, okay? How else do you expect her to be long-winded?
I read it, and I read his comment, and I shook my head and went, yeah, I am. I'm very long-winded. So
yeah. It's the deep throat.
Yeah.
She needs it for those Oscar Mayer wieners.
All good at certain things. So, what can I say? No complaints.
She can suck a shade button through a golf club. Wait, I can't even get it out. She can suck a shade button out of a out of a water hose. I can't get it out without laughing. She can suck a shade button out of a water hose.
And this on Easter Sunday, Jayla. Easter Sunday. How dare you? How dare you? And last but not least, Adam Schaefer on YouTube wrote, love your recap and glad you guys kept doing him after AfterBuzz. So thank you guys. You're all fans of the week. We love you all.
Yeah, we can just call our stuff after AfterBuzz.
AfterBuzz, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Where are they now?
We'll see if we get sued. Some news and gossip. Don't forget, Drag Race All-Star 6 will be on Paramount Plus. I've said this before. I thought I saw that it was also going to be on Wow Presents Plus, but I don't know that that's true. So if you want to watch All Stars and you want to make sure that you see it, then I would subscribe to Paramount Plus because
I can say I'm going to give you a little bit of tea on All Star 6 because you know I know everything.
Yeah.
All Star 6 is the most diverse cast that we've seen ever on the history of Drag Race and Drag Race All Stars. You guys are going to be in for a wonderful, shocking twist that is going to spin the competition around. And I can't wait for you all to see like what these girls have been conjuring up. I don't know anything. Look, legally, I don't know anything. But I want you all to subscribe to Paramount Plus because I know that you all are going to love All Star 6 just like we are. So yes, it's so worth it. It's going to be so worth it.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. The other day I was on my TV and I started getting something and I was watching it and I was like, what is this on? And I was watching Paramount Plus and I didn't subscribe. So they might even have a free trial right now if you want to go on, because I was watching Paramount Plus the other day. And
for those who don't know about Paramount Plus, it's the formerly known as CBS All Access. So if you have a CBS All Access, you can use Paramount Plus.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Cause I think I was on CBS All Access. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's just they just changed the logo and the name and the brand and stuff. So it's the same thing.
You get all your information here on Drag Race TV.
I know, right?
Also, Drag Race Down Under will be airing soon on WoW Presents Plus. So again, I can't recommend WoW Presents Plus enough, especially if you haven't seen Drag Race UK Season 2.
And Season 3 just finished.
Season 3 just finished taping. Won't be airing yet, but it will be probably. Actually, All Stars 3 UK 3 will probably be airing soon because a lot of UK 2 got delayed because of COVID. So they're going to have to get back on schedule. So we'll probably see UK 3 sooner than later.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think UK is next. I think UK All Star 6 and All Star 6 is next, and then Down Under, from what I understand, but I could be wrong.
I really hope we get a trailer in the next month or so for All Star 6.
I think we will. I think we'll start seeing it because I think it's going to start. Usually, it starts right after this one ends. So I'm guessing
summertime.
Yeah. And just a reminder, if you did watch Drag Race UK Season 2, Ollie and I did 2 recaps with the whole season, and we did it in 2 recaps. We did the first 7 episodes and then the final 3 episodes. So if you want to go check those out, I'll put the link in the bio. Also, Tez interviewed Tamisha Iman. If you haven't seen that, check that out. That link will be in the bio or the description, sorry. And then also, and if you're listening, the links will be on the YouTube channel in there if you want. And it's actually, there should be, they all should be on audio too, because Jackie did put those on audio. So I would assume that Tez's is probably on Valine's audio. So if you want to see his, it's on there. And then also my interview with Karen from Finance, it's real short. It's like a 3-minute interview at DragCon if you want to get to know her a little better from Drag Race Down Under. Predictions. Final 4. Who's taking the crown, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, let me guess. I think I might be right. Gottmik, Rose, Candy Muse, and Simone. You asked me about the Final 4. Is that right?
I mean, I personally think it's Simone's to lose. I think.
No, wait. I thought you asked me who the Final 4 was.
No, I said who's gonna win.
I literally just named the Final 4. Okay, who's gonna win out of the Final 4? Ooh.
Well, let's say this. Well, let's do this. Because it's obviously going to be like it normally is, 2 against 2. They're going to have to lip sync against each other, and then those 2 are going to lip sync against each other. Who do you think the final 2 will be?
Surprisingly, I'm going to have to say Simone and Candy Muse.
Oh, okay. Ollie.
Wow.
I feel like Rue would give us a gag like that.
Okay. Ollie.
Well, definitely. So final two.
Yeah.
I definitely think for sure, like you said, we'll no elimination next week. God, that's an interesting question because I was at first thinking this will be Gottmik versus Simone, but now I'm thinking
That's
it'll
too
be
easy. That's what they want us to think.
yeah. So, but now since everything's unfolded, we're at the end. I think it'll be Rose and Simone.
I see this is okay. I'm gonna go. This is
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
I think this is I think how it's gonna roll out. This is me just predicting. I don't know anything. They haven't even filmed it yet. I'm predicting the first lip sync, Simone against Gottmik. Simone wins. The second, Candy versus Rose. Rose wins. Then it's Rose versus Simone for the crown. That's my prediction.
You might be right about that. I keep forgetting that Rose is there, but she's so worthy.
And I think that, and I definitely think that she could be, and she would be Candy in a lip sync, I think. So.
Yeah.
So now I want to go through, you mentioned earlier in our first episode, when we started the season, we all asked who our top 3 queens are from the beginning. We weren't necessarily picking who we thought was going to win, but we were all saying who our favorites were that stood out. These were our top 3 or 4 that we picked. So, and I love doing this. I hate that Tez isn't here because he absolutely hates his choices now. Tez's choices were Simone, Tina Burner, Olivia Lux, and honorable mention to Candy Muse. That was who Tez had picked at the beginning. Jayla, you picked Gottmik, Lala Ree, and Simone. So you got
okay. So I still got 2 more chances.
Yeah. I picked Lala Ree, Simone, Utica Queen, and I gave Tamisha Iman an honorable mention. So I've only got Simone.
Wait, now we picked these for winners?
We were just saying who we really wanted to see in the final. Like just based.
Oh, okay. Because looking back, I'm like, choices.
Yeah. I think we all kind of are now. But that's why I love that we do that and then go back and look because I think it's a lot of fun. There's Jackie picked Simone, Tamisha Iman, Gottmik, and Rose. So she got 3. She's got 3 of the 4 still in. And Ollie picked Lorayne, Simone, Utica, and Gottmik. So you also have 2 that are still in.
So 2, 2, 2.
Jackie has 3. Jackie has 3.
Damn.
Yeah, 3 of her 4. Yeah.
She's gonna win. Whoever wins this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be exciting. Friendly competition. I love it.
Totally. Let me just poke my head in the chat room here real quick and see if anyone is asking anything that we want Simone to win, as we haven't had a Capricorn win the crown. I think that's a really good reason to have a Capricorn win. I would love to know their astrological signs. I think that'd be fun. All right, we did it, you guys. We did that in just like an hour. Like, hello. We did it.
I'm so proud to see it. So proud.
I'd love to see it.
So before we go though, let's predict who do you think will do the best in the challenge next week, which is a singing and dancing challenge, music video type thing to RuPaul's new song. Ollie?
That's easy. Rose.
Okay.
This is her challenge.
Yeah.
That's what she was. It's just her brand. It's what she's built for.
I seen the what is it? The preview. The theme is giving Destiny's Child Bills, 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 I think. Yes, that's the video. When it was like the dancers and it was like the primary colors. It was Destiny's Child's music video.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking based off of that, it may be like either Candy Muse or Rose.
Okay.
Like way to like dominate that challenge based off of what the preview that I saw.
I feel like it's going to be, when we get to the end, it becomes a praise fest. So I think it's going to be all it's going to be is them talking about how wonderful they all did. You really stood up. This is why you're in the final. Like, I think it's going to be a lot of that. I don't think it's going to be a lot of, downplay, talking about mistakes and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. So, and you are right. Novelle Lacoste, who I always wonder if I'm saying that right, that Jackie does have the most experience on the panel, so no surprise that she has.
Listen, okay, look, I know what you say.
Jackie's with her family for Easter, so that's why she couldn't be here. And I'm guessing Tez is in Puerto Vallarta or Dallas or
I can't.
Atlanta. Come on, Atlanta. No, literally, he's in Atlanta.
He loves when I give him shit, so I got to do
it. I can't.
Go around and tell everybody where they can stalk you this Easter, Miss Jayla.
Yes. Happy Easter to everyone. Happy Passover. Happy Good Friday, and all the things we missed in between this entire weekend. You can follow me on Instagram at Who Is Jayla Roxx. That's 2X's3 if you nasty. And you can also follow this gorgeous look on batmecosmetics.com. That's BATME cosmetics.com. And if you use the code DRTVLA, you get 10% off, bitch.
Yes.
A new palette out too. She has a new palette out, Jayla.
Oh, it's coming. Yes, Aquatic Dreams, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Ollie, where can they find you?
Hey guys, you can stalk me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer.
And don't forget, you can thank Ollie's mom for the lack of thirst traps now from Ollie.
Wait, what happened?
Ollie's mom is on Instagram now, so we don't get the Ollie thirst traps anymore.
Who else am I going to follow in their underwear?
Oh, no.
And you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorayne Love, LORAYNE LOVE, or the Mark J. Freeman. But I guarantee you Lorraine's much more exciting to follow. The other one's just pictures of my dogs and my meals. All right. Thank you all for joining us live. We love you. And we will be back next week to do the 14th episode. So you know where to find us every Sunday, 3 o'clock, Drag Race TV LA on YouTube. We love you all. Please like and share with your friends so we get more. Thank you. Love you. Bye. All right.